Yo, yo, yo. What's up, guys? Happy Thursday, happy Thursday. What's going on? What is up? Man, another beautiful day for some gaming and some foresting, you know. It'll be day 3 of the forest. Kay, what's up? What's up, Kayla? How are you? What's up, my friend? What's going on? Yeah. So, good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see everybody. I don't know, man. That's the Jamalam. We're gonna do day 3 of the forest. We'll probably try to start pushing some story today, but I really want to try to finish kind of building up. Pinky's been playing with me, our mod, and longtime community member. Our buddy, he plays games with us a lot here when we do multiplayer stuff. Our buddy, my name is Pinky, been playing with us in the forest, and we've got us a little base built up, but it's not completely finished yet. Oh, I'm sorry, Kill It, dude, that sucks. Mine was a little bit jacked this morning too, but I'm feeling a little bit better now, so I hope you start feeling better. That sucks. So we're gonna probably play, when we play the forest today, after the news segment, we will be looking to continue getting our base to a finished state and then push for some story. That's probably what the play is. I really had, when we did our schedule, right at the beginning of January, we did a tentative schedule for the rest of the year, and I gave some extended time to most of the games we put in the schedule, just so that we would have plenty of, space to work in other games as needed and things like that. We probably won't need all the way till the 31st for the forest, but it gives us a lot of time to not have to rush stuff, so that's good. On that note, we will go ahead and jump into today's January 19th segment of video gaming news. We'll find out what's going on in the industry here, and then after that, we will get into our gameplay for the day. Cool? Let's do it. Let's do this. Hope everybody's doing okay. Kayla, yeah, sorry that your stomach's not feeling very well. That's total crap, man. Maybe not the best word for that. I do hope your stomach starts feeling better. That's kind of what I was trying to get at. Sorry. All right. On that note, let's hop in here and get into the video gaming news. Check it out. This is what we're listening to this morning. We'll get the death counter off of there for now. That is truth right there, no doubt. We're listening to Subnautica. This is a game that we have on the schedule to play this year. I've never played it. I have both I've had Subnautica for a while. We're planning on playing Subnautica and the Below Zero DLC both. So what I do know about the game is that most people that play it have an amazing experience with it. It's a survival, base building, mostly aquatic, underwater type experience, which is very, very cool. It's very immersive, and it's beautiful. The music is also very good. So, yeah. I just, there's a lot of great video game music out there. And quite often whenever I buy games, even if I haven't played them yet, I buy the OST and I check out the OST. And if I enjoy the OST, I tend to play it here in the channel, So, Subnautica is one of those soundtracks that I enjoy quite a bit. It's got a lot of different vibes in it. You get a lot of some upbeat stuff, and then there's some more just like mellow kind of chilling tunes and stuff, and it's a really nice soundtrack. It's pretty extensive too. You see all the way about 56 songs. It's pretty good stuff. They're not really long, but the fact that there's like 56 songs in here, it kind of switches between a lot of different kind of, vibes of music and stuff, you know what I mean? And it's good stuff, man. So I highly recommend, if you're enjoying the types of music that you're hearing this morning, it's all from the Subnautica soundtrack or the Subnautica OST. Go pick it up, okay? On that note, we will cut that and get into our video gaming news segment, okay? There we go. Let's see. Oh, goodness, dude. Okay. So, get 10 random Steam games for only $7. It's like a grab bag. They're giving you like grab bags of games. That's wild. Microsoft, we read yesterday, Microsoft is prepared to lay off like roughly 11,000 workers. It's pretty brutal. Okay, especially considering they're prepared to spend roughly $70 billion on an acquisition of Activision Blizzard. You know, like they're prepared to spend roughly $70 billion on an acquisition, but they can't hold on to, these jobs for people. So there's just going to be, over 10,000 people out of a job. I don't know. I mean, I know business is business and everything, but that's not a good look if you ask me. It's not a great look if you ask me. A company that's ready to spend like actually a significant amount more than a lot of smaller countries see in a year. I think what is it, around 10 billion that many countries in the world, small countries in the world, don't even see in an entire year. And Microsoft's ready to spend 70 billion on an acquisition of another company. Yet they're ready to lay off over 10,000 other workers too. It's not a real good look. So we'll see. We'll see. Looks like Ubisoft workers are planning to strike over Yves Guillemot's email about dismal losses. Nice. Ubisoft is in complete disarray at this point. We've seen them really trending down over the past, couple of years, and they are they're going to get bought. I am really I'm about 95% sure that Ubisoft's going to end up getting bought out at this point. I thought it was going to happen next year or last year, and I actually called it whenever we first saw the report come out about how badly they're doing currently. And this was at the beginning of this week, I think, or right at the end of last week. I called it. I was like, dude, they're selling this year, and they've already been putting their feelers out there, if you will, to try to find some other companies that are interested in taking them over. But apparently, from what I'm understanding, there aren't a lot of companies that are interested in taking on this cluster. They're quite the mess right now, and a lot of companies aren't interested in trying to sort through that. So, I think that ultimately Tencent already is invested in that company, which makes it easy for Tencent to come in and take over and try to right the ship by owning them. And I think maybe a company like Embracer that is not as interested in as much owning Ubisoft as a developer as they are owning Ubisoft's IPs. Embracer is a company that is all about the IPs, man. They want those IPs. Yeah. I think agree to disagree on that one, Ghost. I respect your opinion. I really do. The thing is, I've seen a trend of Ubisoft over a number of years now that has not been good. And they are not showing a trend of turning things around. They're showing a trend of getting worse, in my opinion. So, is it possible for them to dig themselves out? Yeah. Has it? I think that if they were going to be going that way, it should have been trending that way for a while now and not the opposite, which is what I'm seeing. So does it mean they can't? No, but they're not doing well. And look, they've been one of the bigger developers over the past couple of years that have been talked about getting sold for a while, and it's already been leaked that they've been acquiring into other companies as to what these companies would pay to acquire them. So it's not a secret that they're trying to just kind of let somebody take them over. But they're not the only large company that has these kinds of problems. Yeah, I mean, and I get that. I know there are a lot of fans. Here's what I think that is important, though. Here's what I think is important. For people to understand about developers, right? I grew up and I'm just going to give you an example. I grew up a diehard, huge fan of Blizzard, right? And as much as you might love a developer, I think it's important to take a look at them in a true light in what they might have become currently instead of what maybe they once were. Okay? It's hard to do because I can tell you I will not play a Blizzard game right now. And it's because Blizzard has turned into a hot flippin' mess of greed. They don't care about really the community or the quality of games, things like that. The games that I grew up with, and it started with Diablo 3. I stood in line at midnight and I bought the collector's edition of Diablo 3. I played it, I beat it, and I was like, this is not the same developer that I fell in love with. And I think it's important for people to understand that while you might have fallen in love with a developer at one point, and they might have been an amazing thing at one point, some of these developers get big and they change. And it's not always a change for the better. They get very blinded by greed. They tend to lose sight of what it means to be able to have a focus on their community and overall quality rather than just money. And it ends up causing issues like this for developers. I'm not saying that they don't still create some good content and stuff, but I don't think Ubi is the same developer that they once were. And I'll say that about Bethesda. I'll say that about Blizzard. I'll say that about a lot of other developers that at one point I think a lot of us fell in love with, and have those developers. Square Enix is the same way. Square Enix scares the crap out of me right now, and they are the creator of my favorite series of all time, which is Final Fantasy. And Square Enix is very, very public and very communicating openly about the fact that they care nothing about anything else other than moving into the Web3 blockchain NFT space, which is basically just greed. That's all it is. I haven't seen any developer move into that space that has any kind of focus on doing anything that is mutually beneficial to both the gamer / consumer and themselves as the developer as well. I just haven't seen it. It's usually, I mean, everything I've seen that any kind of developer gets into that space, it's about greed. It's about sucking as much money up as they can, So I understand where you're coming from. Absolutely, Ghost. I really do. It's good to see you also, my friend. By the way, happy Thursday, buddy. I absolutely understand where you're coming from. And it flipping hurts, dude. It hurts to see, not only does it hurt to see these companies that, these developers that you fell in love with at one point and you've continued to stick by maybe suffer. It hurts to see them suffer, but it hurts to sometimes really pull back that curtain and see the truth about maybe what they have become as opposed to what you once fell in love with. You know what I mean? It's hard, dude. It really is. So I'm not saying that all of these companies have totally lost themselves and they can't turn things around or anything, but to a great extent, I think that a lot of these companies, especially the ones that I just finished naming, are not close to the same developers that we all once fell in love with, And that's a hard thing for people to to really come to come to grips with. It really is. Gamer, what's up, brother? How are you, man? So, look, man, I never want to see a company fail necessarily, but I think this is a big thing that developers have to understand about the gaming industry. Um, there are a lot of people in the industry that are gaming enthusiasts and consumers that um, ultimately that's what it's going to come down to in the long run is to an extent you're going to be able to lean on things that you've done for a while, a good ip, a good franchise, Assassin's Creed, things like that. It's still going to be successful for you, and they've done that, but that's not going to be everything you have to do. And so I think that's kind of what we're seeing with Ubi. And it's not that they don't still push out some good content, but they're having some struggles on some other fronts, right? And um, who knows? Maybe they will be able to turn it around. But I do know for a fact that there is a good chance they're going to end up being taken by another company. Now, what I'll also say is for those of you out there like Ghost here, who is a big fan of a company like Ubi, and just because they sell doesn't necessarily mean it's for the worst, right? Um, I'll tell you up front that I am actually a proponent. I'm really hopeful that Microsoft will buy Activision Blizzard. Again, that's one of those companies. Blizzard's one of those companies that I have loved. I mean, dude, I still have World of Warcraft boxes. I've got my Diablo boxes. I grew up playing StarCraft and Warcraft, and that I loved Blizzard. And Syke, what's up, brother? Uno. Uno is a game that actually Ubisoft is having issues with on Switch right now. By the way, oh, dude, Ferret, what's up, man? What's up, Syke and Ferret? Happy Thursday. So, look, I don't think that all is lost if the original developer ends up kind of selling out to another company to take over. Sometimes there are good companies that can take over and turn the original company around, even though it's going to end up being a company that is now owned by an overarching company. It'll be under another company's umbrella. There are companies that know how to go in and turn those companies back into something decent. Um, oh, brother, that's a tough one. Just a second, and I'll talk to you about that, gamer. Um, So, just like I was saying, for instance, like with the Activision Blizzard acquisition, by Microsoft, I really think that if there was a company that could come in and do a decent job of turning that company around, I think Microsoft is one of them that could do it. So, there's always going to be a bit of hesitance there because you're worried about what might happen to those IPs that you're so fond of, like Assassin's Creed, the notable ones, Far Cry, and the Tom Clancy stuff, things like that out of Ubi if they get bought. But there are like Embracer, man. Embracer is about coming in, taking those IPs, and getting them really ramped up again, getting them going again, and so I don't think that all hope is lost, even if they do get bought. So I absolutely understand where you're coming from, Ghost, but I think it's important to keep an open mind about maybe who these developers have become over the years as well too. And I think that if they were doing things right in the industry, they wouldn't be suffering. You know what I'm saying? Does it mean they're doing everything wrong? No. But if they were doing the majority of things right, they wouldn't be suffering like Ubi is right now either. Um, okay, man. We've actually hit some deals on graphics cards here lately. That is such a hard thing to answer. Let me see if I can grab you a website real quick, gamer. Um, Video card benchmark. And there are a few different sites here that can do you a solid job of at least giving you a price versus performance kind of benchmark. Okay, and I'll show you real quick. If you take a look, they're going to rate these things out as like it is a huge range. Ferret's right. It's a huge range. It depends on your budget, and it depends on, you know, do you have a preference of you know, AMD versus Nvidia? You know, if not, it's really just mainly budget. You know, the newest graphics cards out. How much are they? Oh, brother. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, they're in the upwards ends of hundreds to the thousand lower end of thousands of dollars. Yeah. So the 4000 series GeForce cards are going to be probably in the range of 700 to about 12 to $1,400. And right in the middle there is around where you're going to see the new AMD cards too. The new AMD cards right now are having some cooling issues, so I'd be very wary of those currently. They're saying it's just the reference cards coming out of AMD, so any kind of third-party retailers like MSI is already pushing out their cards based on the new 7000 series AMD cards, so they might be fine, but I would give those some time to bake before you dive into the new AMD cards. Yeah. Oh, is the 4080, the 4090 is more than that though, right? I mean, the 4090 is like what, 1500 or something like that. 4090 is stupid. It might be even more than 1500. Um, yeah, yeah. Well, therein lies the problem, right, gamer? GPUs, this generation of GPUs has gotten really, really expensive. Part of it is because of what they're referring to. It's still referring to as a chip shortage, right? Is the 4090s closer to 2000 Ferret? Whoa, thanks, dude. Thanks. Yeah, so the 4090 is stupid. It's also melting things. So there's a little bit to be wary of. This is what I would tell you. Gamer, your best bet is probably, I've talked about this recently, the 2000 series NVIDIA cards are great video cards. And you're going to start finding, like right here, the 2000 series graphics cards are, look at this price for performance, dude. It's what? Number 7 on the list here. Number 7 on the list is an RTX 2060. This is a great card. And they have just stopped manufacturing the chips for these cards. So they're not making more stock of this anymore. So retailers are starting to put these on sale to get the stock gone, because they're still making the last series for NVIDIA, which is the 3000 series. Now they're pumping out the 4000 series, right? And I'll get to your question about why they're so expensive. But the 2000 series cards there's always a bit of greed in business, isn't there? But I'll talk to you about why it's so much. The 2000 series cards are actually very, very good cards. I would say that if you can get your hands on a 2000 series card right now, that might be a really, really good bet for you. If you can get it at a good price point. If you're willing to spend a little bit more to get a 3060 or like a 3070, then that's really going to set you up for the future. It just depends on what your budget is. But I'll give you these. You know what I mean? These are a couple of websites that should show you some like price versus performance, average frame rate, cost per frame, things like that, and should give you a pretty nice idea of maybe like what you can look to be spending and what you're in the market for. Okay, those are some good websites right there. Price versus performance. Now, as far as like why why are GPUs so expensive? You know, if you look at the performance of, this is part of it. There are certain occupations, certain careers in the tech industry that are going to require the latest and greatest. And they're going to pay for it no matter what. Anytime a new card comes out, they need it. They have to have it. It's going to be better. They're going to have to use it. And to an extent, that's why they're like, pump up that price, okay? But yeah, for gamers in general, I can tell you that a lot of us are not in that basket of, yo, we're going to go dump 2 G's on a GPU. All right. Most of us are barely willing to spend a total of $2,000 to build a complete computer. You know what I mean? You can build a pretty solid PC, dude, off of 2 G's. You can build a solid PC off of 1,500, you know? So it's pretty crazy. There's always a bit of new technology coming out with each new generation of card. The latest and greatest for the NVIDIA cards anyways is this. Basically, it's like AI generated frames is what it is. I can't remember what the name is. It is coming out of NVIDIA. If Ferret might know, Ferret or anybody else, if you can remember what the name of that tech is on the new cards. But basically what it does is like it offloads a lot of stress off of your other hardware, because while you're playing a game, your hardware creates a frame, and then the AI off of the new GPUs generates the next frame just based off of what the previous frame was. And it offloads a ton of your hardware resources, right? Oh, okay, Ferret. Cool. So that's basically what it is. We've read a little bit about it in the news. It's not a fully fleshed out piece of technology yet, though. We've seen where the original frames bumped up against like the AI generated frames. It's good enough, but it's also not great, where there's a lot of effects that aren't being populated into the AI generated frames. It's not real smooth, but I mean, as far as what it does is it makes it to where you're able to generate a much higher frame rate with a lot less, resources being required out of your hardware and things like that. So it's a cool piece of technology. Is it worth that much money whenever it's still not totally, in my opinion, still not totally working as intended because the frames don't look fantastic? No, absolutely not. That's why I tell people, and I try to, advocate for people to really take a look at what you might be getting out of going and spending 15 or $1,200 out of a 4080. It's really what more are you getting out? Is it a little bit better performance over a 3080, or a 3070? A little bit, but price for performance, no way. What you're getting is that new piece of technology, that AI frame generation, tech that they're putting into the new 4000 series cards. But it's still not worth, in my opinion. But it might be worth to some other people. And again, there are a lot of career fields out there, whether it be like, man, there's a lot of stuff. Whether you're into, creating video games, or you're into video editing, and there's all kinds of stuff where the better graphics card you can have, the better, for you in those careers. And that's why some of them, every time a new series comes out, they're more expensive, right? But yeah, part of it's greed, gamer. You're not wrong. The industry is basically, got 2 leading manufacturers of graphics cards. And let's be honest, there's one that's a little kind of head and shoulders above the other. The AMD's always kind of been the budget gamers go to, right? Now, with CPUs, they've definitely risen above that notion. They are still a better price point than Intel, but their chips are no longer like not performing up to what Intel's do. Their chips are fantastic. And I think people still gravitate more towards NVIDIA, and I think NVIDIA still, kind of outperforms, but price per performance with what you're paying and everything, AMD's still there. You know what I mean? So a lot of it's just based on what your budget is, what you're willing to pay, and what's gonna fit your build and things like that. So I've had both. I've had NVIDIA. I have a 3070 right now. I got in the beginning of 2021. I've had plenty of AMD cards in the past. Both are quality. You know what I mean? And I think the best you can do is take a look at those sites I gave you, bump up that price for performance, and see what's going to fit the bill best for you. But I will say, um, I definitely advocate for people to get the best bang for their buck that they can, and yeah, I mean that's something. What are you wanting to play? But again, I mean, and I think anybody looking to upgrade a card, if you can, if you're going to do that, if you can do your best to research and just set yourself up for some kind of peace of mind for the future. Like if there are still plenty of people that are playing modern games now, modern games on low settings, but playing modern games on like 900 series graphics cards. We're talking like 5 generations ago, or same relative AMD cards as well. And so does it mean that you can't get away with playing games on those cards? No. But if you're willing to go spend enough money to grab yourself like a 2000 or 3000 series graphics card or equivalent AMD card right now and set yourself up for the future, then and not necessarily just focus on what you're trying to play right now. But again, this is dependent upon what your budget is, right? But if you can do that and get a card at a nice price point on sale or something, then you're really setting yourself up for that peace of mind in the future to not really have to worry about anything graphics wise moving forward. Does it mean you're going to be able to play everything at like, 8K ultra, graphics on an ultra wide? No. But you're going to be absolutely fine on like a 24, 27 inch, 144 hertz at like 1080 or even 1440 for the foreseeable future. So I think that's something to keep in mind. If you can reach, get something decent instead of going for just what's going to get you by right now, and that's PC gaming in general, whatever hardware you're talking about. GPU is a big one, but it doesn't, I mean, that's for all hardware in a PC, right? That's my advice anyways. Because if you can grab one of those cards now, it's gonna just take you through the coming years, and you're not gonna have to worry about it really, unless you're you're really trying to get like some kind of wild 8K, you know, ultra high def at a stupid amount of frames. I mean, you're gonna have to have something, top tier graphics card wise, but most people aren't looking to do that really. So, gamer, check this out, dude. If you need some help, specifics on what you might be looking to play and what you're trying to run games at, resolution wise and frame rate wise, then let us know, dude, and we'll try to lead you in the right direction. Hopefully, those websites would be a nice point to get you started. But we got plenty of tech enthusiasts in this community, myself as well. And if you can give us a little bit more info about like what kind of games you're wanting to play, what kind of resolution you're wanting to play them at, and the frame rates you're looking to play them at, we can kind of point you in the right direction about what kind of card would be good for now and what kind of card might be able to be good for the future. You know what I mean? Never leave your PS5. Yeah, I hear you. Okay. Well, that goes for anybody then. I mean, anybody that's seeing this or anybody that's part of the community, then, I know myself. I know Ferret's big into tech and thing. I know we have plenty of people. Wick's always sitting around with a ton of PC parts because he just won't ever build a new PC. Got him. Got him. And so we've got a lot of people that are pretty knowledgeable on PC parts and tech and stuff. And if anybody needs any help, we're there are more than people in the there are plenty of people in the community that are willing to help. There he is. There he is. There's our smoothie lord. What's up, brother? Yo. He said,
hey, shut your pie hole, buddy.
Oh, dude, that's funny, man. I'm going to end up having to take a trip to come see you just to build your PC for you, dude. Jesus.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. All right. Yo, let's keep moving with this, man. By the way, I literally had to like take apart almost my entire PC setup last night. I was working until about 9 o'clock last night. Oh, like after I quit streaming, I literally had to take my entire PC apart, disconnect everything. I had to take an entire monitor down, a monitor mount down. I had to do the whole shebang, dude, just to get my new table put in here. It's in Discord, by the way. I put pictures in if you guys haven't seen it. I had this new table to get put in. One of my monitor mounts was in the way, so I couldn't slide it in here, the table. So I had to move a monitor mount around to the back side of my my desk. And it was a fiasco. Didn't get my new mic arm put in and everything. But I mean, look, the difference being that I did it, dude. And it turned out pretty good. There are pictures in the Discord. Yeah. Do I need to come build your PC, brother? Yo, you get that orange tuxedo ready for me, man. Get that orange tuxedo. You're going to buy me a new orange tuxedo? Sick. All right, let's keep going. Thanks for all the input, guys. I appreciate it. And Gamer, that was a great question. Buy a new one and pretend I built it? Yo, send me all your old parts, dude, because I'll just take that and build a side PC. They're not doing anything. They're just sitting there in your house anyways. Yeah, look, this again, Microsoft slashing 10,000 jobs. We hit on this yesterday. If you want a deeper dive into this issue, take a look at yesterday's news segment. But again, I mean, honestly, this is a really bad look for Microsoft. Willing to spend $70 billion on an acquisition, and now they're slashing 10,000 jobs. Doesn't look good. Yeah, I mean, dude, the wall's right there, brother. Yeah. So before we moved, I had a lot of space, and then we moved, and it was like a whole transition for us where we just had. It was a really quick thing. It was a really quick thing for us where we lived before. I had a big PC area, and it was just that's all it was a big PC area, man. But I wasn't getting to make a lot of use out of it because I was working so much and things like that, and then, man, boom, my wife landed a job. We ended up moving, and we just had to find a place real quick, which is where we live now, and I kind of just had to make this like little makeshift PC area, you know. So it works. It's, you know, shout out to my family. They deal with me being in here and being loud all the time and stuff. But so it's not probably ideal because it's probably a little bit loud for them and stuff. But they're very, very understanding about my passion and giving me this opportunity and stuff. So yeah. It's the setups have definitely evolved over time. You know, it's just like the stream has, but you know, I make the best out of what I got here. You know, and my this table, I actually like the bottom shelf of it. I made this table that the PC's on. The bottom shelf was not part of this table when we bought it, or I got it for Christmas. Shout out to my in-laws. My in-laws got me this for Christmas. It was like the only table I could find on a website that like fit perfectly underneath to slide right underneath the end of this desk and kind of sit here in an L shape. And it didn't have a bottom shelf. So I went to the hardware store, man. I got a board. I stained it. I got a bunch of hardware and like built it out to where it would like sit on the bottom of this this table like another shelf. It worked really well, dude. Worked really well. Yeah. So I don't know. It's cool. Feels good. It's a lot nicer over here now. It's not quite as cluttered. My cable management will be better now. I've still got some cable management stuff to do, but I have a lot more space to work with surface wise. And You know, that's always nice. Because I had like controllers that were just like sitting around. Anytime I needed to put the switch over here, it was like a cluttered mess, stuff like that, you know. Your cable management stinks. Mine's not fantastic, dude. Mine's not fantastic, but it's going to be much better now. I've still got a little bit to work on, but yeah. There's a lot of these articles about the Microsoft layoffs, man. And I'm kind of digging the mic arm. It's a bit weird to get used to, just having my mic like right in my face all the time. But I don't know. Hopefully it sounds good. You guys let me know. You know, it's gonna take some time to figure everything out. If I'm like too loud, or because now my mic's not like over to the side anymore. It's gonna be a little bit more right in my face. Okay, thanks. The mic's like more right in my face, so I might have to adjust some levels or something like that. But it'll, I think, lead to a little bit better output and keep me from sounding too far away whenever I end up moving my head like the other direction. I can move the mic with me and stuff, so that'll be nice. We have this up like a grab bag for Steam, I think. We'll take a look at that. Video gaming can bolster classroom learning. Absolutely. I mean, that's like a no-brainer, dude. Kids' attention span for like just text is terrible. You remember being a kid in class just sitting there having to like read books and stuff? I remember it just being brutal for me, dude. Some people are good with that, but for me, I hated it. It was so hard for me to keep my attention on just text, you know? Reading a book, it's like, God. It was so bad. So we've actually seen where, what's the name of that game? I think it's a Ukrainian dev too. This War of Mine has been instituted into like learning situations, educational situations for wartime, especially wartime like areas and stuff like that. That comes along with like textbook and stuff like that to show people how to survive. It's kind of crazy, man. So they took a game that was never meant to be actually an educational tool. It was just meant to be a game. And because it actually, correlates so well to what happens in a civilian type setting, in a wartime situation where things are just destroyed and you're having to try to survive, they've turned it into an educational tool for people to try to help teach people how to scavenge and survive and things like that in wartime situations. It's pretty insane. No, I haven't seen that, but dude, that doesn't even surprise me, Ferret. I've done an extensive research paper. People have heard me talk about that. I've done an extensive research paper about certain types of, specifically mine was about how RTS games significantly improve the cognitive functioning in humans when just played for about an hour a day, about 5 days a week. It was pretty impressive, all this and it was all proven research that I used to construct this paper with, and it was pretty incredible. There's a lot of great things that come out of gaming, even though gaming... Me too, bro. There's a lot of great things that come out of gaming, There's been a lot of proven research about how certain kinds of like mental disabilities and handicaps, even things that can come from like brain damage and stuff, can be repaired. Maybe not totally fixed, but repaired to a great extent just by certain types of video game play, I mean, does that mean that like you're just going to be sitting there playing games for 12 hours a day and it's going to fix, every kind of mental handicap that anybody has? No, absolutely not. But there's a lot of research coming out about the benefits of gaming which is great because for so long, I mean, we've dealt with, and we still see it in the news all the time, video games getting blamed for the most asinine stuff, like, being the catalyst behind violent acts and things like that. So it's good to see how much research is going into the benefits behind gaming as well. Massive layoffs hit 343 Industries. Okay. Phil Spencer. Let's read this. Look, I've been very upfront about the fact that one of the reasons Microsoft and Xbox, especially, specifically, I guess, Xbox has become a more likable company to me in the console field is because of this individual. Phil Spencer is, while an obviously very business-minded, business-centric individual, um, he is absolutely a gamer. And I don't feel like a lot of the other console players have a face at the head of their company like Xbox does with Phil Spencer. Phil Spencer is even to the extent where last year, towards the end of or the third quarter of last year, he was quoted as being asked, he was questioned, what is the game you're most anticipating? And what did he say? God of War Ragnarok, which is a PlayStation proprietary game. You would never, ever, ever hear somebody at the head of PlayStation or somebody at the head of Nintendo get questioned and say that they were most anticipating a game coming out on another console. There's no flipping way. You know what I mean? And for me, that just shows that Phil Spencer, well, I think, maybe now that would be for him. You know what I mean? But I think they meant of like the games coming up towards the end of last year. I think is what they were getting at. Yeah, it was 4D chess marketing too. Is that what it was? But I mean, look. I mean, to be fair, uh, I've never seen anything like that from any of the other console players, and you don't see anybody that is a prominent figure out from them, really. I mean, Nintendo has a little bit of it, but PlayStation sure doesn't. And I don't know. I think that's one of the things that I see from Xbox that really has made me, and I traditionally have not been a fan of Xbox over the years. So Phil Spencer has changed my mind a bit because it definitely drives home the fact that having somebody at the top of their company that is actually a gamer as well. Yeah, exactly, Ferret. Exactly. And dude, I see stuff like that in the articles we read all the time. And I'm like, well, of course you said that because you have to say that. I'll say that stuff a lot whenever I read these articles. It's like you see people quote things and it's like, yeah, you have to say that. Because what would happen if you said something else? If you went against the grain, you know what I mean? You'd get ousted. They dump you. So I think that it's refreshing to see somebody like this that's willing to step outside of that norm and just be like, "Yo, I can't wait to play God of War Ragnarok," and he's the head of Xbox, which that game didn't come out on. So I don't know. Was it maybe a marketing play to get people to feel that way? Maybe, but for me it worked. If that's what it was, because you don't see it from the other sides. So I don't know. We'll see what this is about. But I'm a fan of Phil Spencer, dude. I mean, even before that quote, I was a fan of Phil Spencer. There's a lot that I see from him that just makes him come off as a it makes him seem like one of us. It does. Uh, it makes him seem like a gamer, and that's important to me. Yeah, yeah. So why not just play into it? You know, I mean, rather than have because like anybody else, if you like, if I don't know, I could understand. There, not everybody loves God of War, right? I mean, Psych, I think you're aren't you one of those people that don't really care for the God of War stuff? You know what I mean? So I can understand. Maybe not everybody's a fan of it, but most people, right? Maybe I was wrong. Maybe it wasn't you, but I thought you were one of the people that were like not a big fan of the God of War stuff. Look, dude, I don't like diving into this stuff right here. Top five reasons why 2023. Lore around the game itself. Not, yeah. Okay. Top five reasons why 2023 would be the best year for gaming ever. You know, they say this at the beginning of every single year. It's like 2022 is going to be the best year for gaming ever. And yeah, there's a lot of notable games that drop. And then there's also a lot of notable games that get pushed into the next year. And then they'll say it at the next year. This is going to be the best gaming year ever. And then the same thing will happen. A lot of notable games will drop. And then there will be a lot that push into next year. and then 2024 is going to be the best best year for gaming ever. And quite possibly it could be because why? It's a new year for gaming. Okay. I'm not gonna entertain that. Mm. Gamer commits treason by posting military secrets? Yikers, dude. Uh Red Dead Redemption 2 Stadia fan gets a surprise. Yo, by the way, this is the first day of Stadia being shut down. It went down at midnight last night. Stadia died. Dude, I can't wait until every episode of The Last of Us is out on HBO. I'm gonna get a month of HBO. I'm gonna binge the crap out of that show. I was talking about it yesterday. I'm just gonna wait until the entire thing comes out, dude. I'm just gonna binge the crap out of it all in 1 month. Dude, I'm not diving into this either. This is gonna be a lot of speculation, really. Um, but look, I mean, it's not crazy that we're starting to see stuff about the new consoles either, because I talked about this a little bit yesterday as well. Um, we're about halfway through what would normally be considered the lifespan of a console. So the Xbox Series X and S and the PS5 were 2.5 years through their life cycle, right? They came out in November of what was it, 2020? Was that right? So we're 2.5 years through their life cycle, which means they've got a good 3 to 3.5 years left. Uh, but by that time, we're going to be hitting the next iteration of the next gen of console, as it were. So the fact that we're already starting to see things like this about what PS6 could be or what the next Xbox console could be, you better believe the fact that they're already working on concepts, prototypes, the development process of the next console. It is in it's ramping up, man. It's ramping up because we're roughly 3 years away, maybe a little bit more, but 3 years away from the next console gen coming out. It goes quick, man. There we go. I forgot 343 was under Microsoft, but we'll hit on it anyways. We've already got it up. Amazon Republic Day sale? Best deals on video games. Let's see what's going on. See if we can get people some sales on maybe some software. Yeah, Stadia officially shut down, guys. It's over. It's over! Riot Games laying off people too. A lot of layoffs in the tech world, in the gaming industry. Maybe. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I mean, there have been indicators for a recession for a while. Whether you talk about I mean, how expensive everything's been in the world for a while now is I think a big indicator. You know, things in the world have gotten so insanely expensive, and there are certain things that haven't helped. You know, obviously in the tech world, we've dealt with chip shortage. A big part of that was because of COVID and the pandemic, and that ramped up prices for a lot of tech stuff. And tech is in everything nowadays, so vehicles got expensive, and now we've been dealing with not only our own pandemic, but there's like a new avian flu going around, which is making a lot of poultry and eggs and things that people rely on for sustenance. Those have gotten really expensive, but food in general has gotten really expensive anyways. Real estate got out of like astronomically expensive. So I mean, I think it was bound to happen before too long. Bank of America seizing people's money? Jesus, dude. Um, yeah, I don't know, man. I think that look, I'm no like financial advisor or I'm no money guru or anything like that, but I think delayed and covered. I don't think you're wrong there, but it was also the catalyst for some things to not go well moving forward because it created some issues on that front, like I was talking about with tech stuff and the not being able to generate chips, and it set the table for a lot of things to get really expensive because tech's and everything, right? So it made vehicles get. I mean, brother, you were talking about here in the U.S. anyways. There were like vehicles with over 200,000 miles on them that were selling for the price of a brand new vehicle. It was crazy. I don't know if it's still that way or anything, but it was really nuts, man. And so I don't know. It's almost seemed like we've been on the path of a recession for quite some time, and it just hasn't quite imploded on us yet. So I mean, nobody necessarily wants to see that happen, but geez, dude, the world has gotten so flipping expensive all the way across. Tech, food, real estate, you name it, man. Are they ferret? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know, man. It's just I don't feel like it can continue that way for a lot longer before everything's just gonna kind of dump. Just gonna tank, dude. But again, I don't know all the ins and outs. I'm not a financial guy or anything. I don't know a whole lot about the world. I don't keep up with world economy and stuff like that. I just know to me it just seems like it's inevitable, really. Unfortunately. Ooh, we got a new enchanting cinematic trailer from Hogwarts Legacy. Okay. And then we have, we're talking about how expensive everything in the world is. And then we have Drake showing off a $20,000 used PSP in his latest music video. Somebody needs their soul cleansed, I think. Get their head on straight, maybe. I mean, this is part of what's wrong with the world, Like, this is the thing that sucks is like people are gonna see like this is cool, right? This is cool. Tricked out. Yeah, yeah. No pillow for. Bro, well played, psych. Well played. Yeah. I mean, dude, but seriously, like, like this is the thing that sucks. The thing that's bad about this, you get people that are influencers like this, right? And they make other people think that this is cool, right? To be just like wasting money like this and stuff. Like, oh, that's dope. Look at that drippy PSP. Hold on. When I mean, sorry guys, it's like, bro, 20K. You know how much good you could do with 20K in the world? I don't know, man. But it doesn't make people think like that. It makes people think like, man, you're only cool if you've got like a 20K to drop on a handheld console from 2014 to make it look like it's iced out. You know what I mean, bro? I don't know. And then yeah, you needed a $5,000 pillow to rest it on when you're at a flipping front row NBA game. You know what I mean? I I don't get it, dude. You know what I mean? There's a special place. There's a special place for people. You know what I mean? That push this kind of crap off on this is what's cool. You know what I mean? In my opinion, there's a special place, dude. It's courtside. Bro, it's gonna get to a point where people are just sitting down. The entire courtside row, they've just all got pillows, right? With for their feet. It's gonna be stupid when people don't know what to do. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's what's stupid about it too. Is like there are so many people in the world that struggle. Struggle so badly. Now, look, there's a difference too. Don't get me wrong, man. There's a difference between people that struggle that are trying to not struggle. People that are working their asses off to try to make a better world for themselves, a better place for themselves in the world, and they're just having a tough time. Those are the people that deserve a break. Those are the people that deserve help. And then there are people that just want to ride the system and just have everything handed to them. Those people can get wrecked, dude. You know what I mean? Go do some work. Go try to better yourself. Make a better situation for yourself, But there are a lot of people in the world that don't want to. They just want to, ride it out, have everything handed to them and stuff. Those are not the people I'm talking about. It's the people that are actually trying hard to get a better situation for themselves and are just having a tough time. Those are the people that deserve it, man. The first hour of Forspoken has leaked. What? I don't want to watch it, but I'm interested in what people are saying about it. Yeah, again, if you pre-order Dead Space on Steam, you get Dead Space 2, old Dead Space 2, right? So that's cool. There's a Fortnite update yesterday. We'll take a look at what that has to offer. I guess it's important since I'm playing Fortnite this weekend, apparently. Busy King! Okay, look at this. Can your PC run Forspoken? The better question is, will Forspoken run on PCs? I'm calling it. I'm calling it, dude. That is a better question, dude. Look, dude, I don't have a lot of faith in this game. The only thing I really care to see is like this is the first game coming to PC that has Microsoft's DirectX technology, or not DirectX, excuse me, direct storage technology incorporated in it, right? So I'm interested in seeing how well that performs. Aside from that, I'm really sketched out about Forspoken, man. It could be fine, but a lot of what just I've seen and everything delays, the demo not being actually part of the developed as an entire side piece from the main game. Like why? There's some sketchy stuff about that title. I'm staying far away from it. Deadpool drops Midnight Suns DLC update. Dude, all right, Deadpool, nice. 10 things to do in Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Cook for hours straight because there's no quality of life in the game. I'm calling it. Too soon? No. The other thing, get really good at parrying Ganon because that's all that fight is. All right. Make Unway ride horses in Breath of the Wild. Please, dude, that is nightmare fuel. Oh, Jesus. That's nightmare fuel, dude. Yeah, we saw this already. NetEase has rejected Blizzard's uh, offer for a contract to continue doing business in China. So Blizzard's kind of like stuck right now of not being able to have any kind of publishing over in China, which is very bad for them. All right, let's stick with this, man. We'll stick with these articles. You guys are funny, dude. Another gamer commits treason by posting military secrets on War Thunder forums. We've seen a lot of this stuff over the years, though. It's not good, but the penalty for a conviction of unauthorized disclosure includes up to 10 years in prison, a large fine, or both. A War Thunder player has posted military secrets on the official forums in a bid to win an argument about the F-16 fighter plane. The thread was originally started in July last year. Jesus, could you imagine getting so riled up about an argument online that you post secret military documents just to win an argument, and then you end up going to prison for 10 plus years? The thread was originally started in July last year as a place to share facts, figures, and the history of the F-16 Fighting Falcon, which was eventually added to War Thunder during December's Apex Predators update. However, as the discussion went on, one user wrote, "Interesting thing I found during my research, during early AMRAAM testing, you can see how F-16A would equip the AIM-120 and use track while scan on the non-multifunction displays. Stores control panel SCP. To back up his findings, Pace Navy 90 attached 4 documents from an F-16 flight manual that turned out to contain restricted government information. While each document was unclassified, they contained information that originated from export-controlled documents or documents marked for U.S. government use only, which is still a federal offense. Penalty for a conviction of unauthorized disclosure includes up to 10 years in prison, a large fine, or both," wrote one user. "Probably just a fine, provided he is not a government employee and they don't have bigger fish to fry. Unauthorized transmissions of restricted data is nothing to joke about. When we post data without proper vetting, the poster is not only at risk, but so is the game publisher itself." The documents were quickly removed by moderators and a statement was released via PC Gamer by War Thunder creators Gaijin Entertainment. A user posted some information on AMRAAM missiles for F-16. As far as we know, these documents are considered export restricted and are not meant to be shared or used by unauthorized people. We always delete posts containing classified or restricted information from our forum as soon as possible. We forbid our users to share documents like this on our platforms. We remind our users again and again that it's both illegal and pointless, so they should never do that. We never use documents like this in our work. So, I want to bring something up, though. So we deleted the posts. The documents themselves were, in fact, posted via links to a third-party Discord server, so they were never actually uploaded to our own servers. In any case, we made sure that those links are not available to visitors of our forum or our employees. War Thunder sees players battle each other with an array of historical and modern military vehicles. It also has inadvertently been a source of numerous controversies, as gamers take to the forums to use real-world documents in a bid to convince developers to change certain vehicles or weapons. Yeah. Back in 2021, the Official Secrets Act, which is in effect in over 40 countries, was broken when one player wanted the Challenger 2 tank to be more accurate. And later that year, a player claiming to be a French army tank crewman leaked part of the Leclerc main battle tank's classified user manual. Last year, someone claiming to be a crew member from a main battle tank took to the official War Thunder forum and shared classified military documents concerning rounds fired by a Chinese tank alongside a picture of the shell in question. Publishing classified information on any vehicle of any nation at War Thunder forums is clearly prohibited, and the game developers never use it in their work, said Gaijin. Yeah, so, here's my thing. Like, not, aside from, like, just, yeah, I think obviously, like, if you're grabbing government documents as, I don't care what government, if you're grabbing any kind of government document and you're just like spreading them around the internet, dude, you're asking, even if it's considered like unrestricted or, public or whatever. Look, man, you're probably just better off not. You know what I mean? You're probably just better off not. Yeah, fair, for sure. But people get they get real wrapped up in this kind of stuff for some reason. Now, here's the other thing, though. Where did this individual get these documents from if they're not a government employee and they're not supposed to be posted online anyways? How did this individual get access? You know what I mean? Probably WikiLeaks. God dang, you're not wrong, probably. And then, could have been it could have been anything. Yeah, it could have been anything. But that's what I'm saying is like, I think there's a bigger issue at play here. You know what I'm saying? Government. I don't think this is I think there are some bigger fish to fry, if you will. This individual just posted some links to some documents on a Discord server or something. Psych? Yeah. So it's like, this is not the only thing to think about in regards to this situation here, but yeah, the War Thunder game and forums, dude, are a hotbed for people getting in trouble for releasing classified documents across numerous different governments in regards to trying to get the developers to be historically accurate in regards to these, the development of this game. It's really, really wild. It's really crazy. Yeah, games are always going to have some level of unrealistic features. Otherwise, everyone is going to be always playing the best tank. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know, dude. Like, that's games, though, right? I mean, to an extent, even games that try to be pretty historically accurate, it's like you can't get a lot of the full information about every single detail about these, vehicles and things like that because a lot of it is classified. So you just, and then yeah, I mean, it's absolutely going to be unbalanced if they were all absolutely accurate, right? No, you don't, Psych. Psych, look, man, I get it. I understand. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah, there are things you do not talk about to anybody for fear of what could happen. Yeah, because I have been involved similar situations. I understand. Yeah. Assassin's Creed tried to start out being historically accurate, later got you fighting mythical beasts. Yeah. So, yeah, people just need to be careful because I mean, yeah, I think that's the thing though is like anybody that's been involved with any kind of whether it be actually working for a government or a contractor for a government, anything like that. Um, you know, whenever you're exposed to any kind of information that is not supposed to make it out of your brain, what you're being exposed to, they make it very, very clear what the consequences are to you, right? But on the civilian side, it's like people don't really understand. And if they just come across this information that isn't maybe supposed to be out there, but then they grab it, they're like, well, if it's on the internet, then, there's not an issue with it, right? So I think that's the issue is like there's an amount of information that's out there on the internet that isn't necessarily supposed to be out there, but people that don't understand the way governments work necessarily just go grab that information and start spreading it around because they're like, well, I found it on the internet, so it's fine, and that's not the way that works, man. You're better off just leaving that stuff alone, okay? Leave it alone, man. Red Dead Redemption 2 Stadia superfan gets a surprise gift from Rockstar. Following the announcement of Stadia's closure, Color petitioned for a way to save data to be transferred to other platforms. Yeah, this was big. Color, a Red Dead Redemption 2 player who racked up over 6,000 hours on the Stadia version of the game, has been sent a care package by Rockstar to mark the demise of the platform. After much speculation, Google confirmed that the Stadia would be shutting down last September, with cloud gaming servers set to shut up shop yesterday at 11:59 p.m. After announcing the shutdown, Google confirmed that players would receive refunds for any titles they bought via the Stadia store, but didn't mention the many hours of playtime they'd racked up on the platform. Color, a streamer who had racked up over 6,000 hours on the Stadia playing Red Dead Redemption 2, was understandably pissed off. He went on to ask Rockstar, please let us do a one-time character transfer. I am begging you. A few weeks later, Color announced that Rockstar had reached out to him with the news that anyone who played Red Dead Redemption 2 on Stadia within the 30 days prior to Google announcing its demise will be able to transfer any earned RDO dollars, gold bars, XP, roll XP, and roll tokens to another existing account on PC, Xbox One, or PS4. I doubt this would have been possible if it weren't for all the creators and gaming journalists that picked up my story and raised awareness. I have all of you to thank as you have helped save an entire community of players from losing all their online progress, said Color. To mark the end of Stadia, Color streamed one last time earlier yesterday and shared a care package they had been sent by Rockstar. We'll take a look at this care package. I want to thank you again, Rockstar, for reaching out to me and helping the Stadia community save most of their RDO progress from being lost. Ahead of the closure, Google released one final game on the Stadia, Worm Game, alongside a message thanking players for everything. Despite the shutdown of Stadia, Google released a statement that said, we remain deeply committed to gaming, and we will continue to invest in new tools, technologies, and platforms that power the success of developers, industry partners, cloud customers, and creators. Unity has also laid off over 280 staff members. There's a lot of layoffs. Yeah, I've talked about this a lot. I've promoted this because we knew this was coming, the Stadia shutdown stuff. I've been telling people for a long time, yo, check that out, dude. That's dope. Look at all that stuff Rockstar sent them. That's sick, dude. That's really neat. That's really neat, man. GG's Rockstar, man. Very cool. Yeah, it wasn't just Rockstar either. I'm pretty sure they worked with Ubi to get some transfer stuff going as well. So good on Ubi. But this might have been the catalyst behind a lot of that happening. There were a lot of people that had a lot of save states on different popular titles on Stadia that were also games on other platforms. And I'd been promoting this for a while. The fact that not only was Google refunding people for software and hardware purchases with Stadia, but also for helping to get people's saved games transferred over to other platforms. So, I mean, Google didn't necessarily have to do this, you know what I mean? But, oh, they did? They refunded your Destiny 2 Silver purchase. Bit surprised. Good. Yeah, I mean, they didn't have to do this stuff. And, I mean, good on Google, man. That's why I've been prompting people, like, if you didn't get a refund or you didn't get, if you have a save file that you're really interested in trying to get transferred over to another platform, you should be contacting Google and trying to get that stuff taken care of, you know? That's pretty cool, though. Amazon Republic Day sale. What were we talking about here? Oh, dude, side. Yeah. No. Yeah. I'm not surprised. People are careless. People are careless. So I'm not surprised, having also worked in those situations. There are just a lot of kind of... I've worked with a lot of just kind of dumb, ignorant people. Doesn't matter how much they were warned and stuff. They're very, very careless with stuff. So yeah, I'm not surprised. I've seen the same thing myself, though. Yeah, I did not want to put myself into a situation where I could have potentially gotten into very, very serious trouble. You know, that's why I think the best thing that anybody can do, if you come across anything that looks like it was it is some government's official documents or whatever, just leave it. Leave it alone, dude. Just oof. Amazon Republic Day sale, best deals on video games, controllers, and more. So I can attest, dude, I've been there. I have experienced what you've experienced, my friend. Absolutely. Amazon is offering discounts on video games, gaming consoles, gaming controllers, and gaming accessories. So Amazon is currently hosting the Great Republic Day sale on its platform in India. It started on January 15th. Will be live until January 20th. During this period, the e-commerce platform is offering deals and discounts across categories, which also include video games, gaming consoles, gaming controllers, and gaming accessories. So this is all for India. Is there is it rupees for them? Is that what it is? Dude, what's their currency? Is it rupees? Have I just been playing too much Breath of the Wild? Yeah, it is rupees. All right, cool, dude. I was so worried, bro. I haven't been there, but I was pretty sure it was rupees. But I was like, dude, I've been there, can't confirm. Yeah, I knew you had. It's like, thanks, dude. I was like, dude, I thought it was, but then I was like, man, I've been playing a lot of Breath of the Wild, and maybe I'm just confusing myself. Yeah, so this is all for India, but so if you are living in that region, they might be doing these kind of sales in other parts of the world too. Usually, if they're doing a sale in one part of the world, they'll do it in another, other parts of the world too. So just keep your eyes open. But looks like they've got some sales on like DualSense controllers, wireless controller, Xbox S and S, X and S wireless controllers, Series S controllers, headsets, stuff like that. Some Last of Us Part 2. We got PS4 and PS5 games. A lot of stuff, dude. GTA games, FIFA, Cyberpunk, Walking Dead, Dishonored, God of War, Tekken 7, Watch Dogs 2, WWE 2K22, Gran Turismo, Fallen Order, MK11, Cricket 22. There's a lot of stuff. If you need this, take a look. You might be able to find this stuff on other sites or in other regions on Amazon as well. So who knows? But if you are in that region, then there's some sales to be had there as well. So maybe if you're in India, and you're looking for some sales, then that might be a play for you right there on Amazon. Riot Games has reportedly made layoffs across several departments. Dude, layoffs everywhere right now. League of Legends and Valorant maker Riot Games has reportedly undergone a round of layoffs. According to award-winning esports reporter Jacob Wolf, Riot announced staff cuts across several departments on Wednesday. While the layoffs have yet to be officially confirmed, the former ESPN and Dot esports journalist, who now runs Substack subscription newsletter, the Jacob Wolf Report, said he'd been informed of the cuts at Riot by multiple sources. You know what's wild right here? Everybody's laying off at the same time. It's like they all want to lay off at the same time to try and not get as much coverage. It's like they're hoping that other companies will get more coverage of their layoffs rather than them. Dude, everybody. Riot. Size and scope are unclear at the moment. So far, I've heard of effects across recruiting and human resources, support, and esports, he tweeted. We'll do more reporting in the morning for the newsletter. Wolf added, Riot's historically not made many reductions in force in the past, but it's in line with a broader trend in tech, gaming, and entertainment as economic hardships begin to affect many corporations. VGC has contacted Riot Games for comment. We'll update this report if we hear back from the company. Yeah. It is that time of the fiscal year. Well, yeah, it is. It is. Because, gaming fiscal year ends, or tech fiscal year, but especially gaming for sure runs through the end of March, right? So they're trimming fat. They're trying to make numbers look good. I've talked about that a lot. Like Microsoft, I think, is going to really try to get Redfall pushed out. I don't think it won't be Starfield. Starfield's not going to push out until closer to like midsummer, I think, early fall. But I think that Microsoft hasn't had a great fiscal year, and they'll probably try to get like Redfall pushed out, But you're right, dude. It is hitting towards the end of the fiscal year, and they're trying to trim fat, have their numbers look better. But it's a tough time right now for people. So anybody across the world, I don't care if it's in the tech industry, gaming industry, I don't care if you're in the food service industry, if you work in salons, I don't care what it is. If you're dealing with hardship right now, having a hard time finding a job, if you've been laid off, whatever, dude, my heart and thoughts go out to those individuals. It is a difficult thing to deal with. It is so much stress and anxiety to deal with, and it is a tough time for people that have to deal with those situations quite often. So I hope to all these individuals that are losing their jobs that you all find another job very, very quickly, and it's something even better than you had previously. Okay. Again, we hit on this already, but yesterday, Microsoft announced plans to lay off approximately 10,000 employees, man. We actually read yesterday it was about 11,000, but it's going to be somewhere between there. Roughly 4.5 to 5% of their workforce, including devs at Bethesda and Xbox Studios, 343 Industries, and the Coalition. Brutal. Brutal, man. There's layoffs just everywhere. It's crazy. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. I was like, dude, it's a bad look for Microsoft. That's a lot. 5% of their workforce laying off 10 to 11,000 people. That's a bad look. You're willing to spend $70 billion, on an acquisition, but you're laying off that many people. It's not a good look. I get business and everything, man. I get it, but it's still not a good look. Hogwarts Legacy debuts new enchanting cinematic trailer. Warner Brothers officially unveiled a new cinematic trailer that shows the scope and scale of Hogwarts Legacy while teasing the immersive potential of making the wizarding world so magical. The trailer is unique because it's a perfect example of showing and not telling. After all, we see the owl carrying an iconic Hogwarts acceptance letter while hearing the iconic John Williams series theme play out. And then the Easter eggs take over from there. We are treated to a glide through the campus of Hogwarts and see the young wizards practicing spells, which foreshadows the creativity and variety of player choices. See for yourself in the trailer below. Let's see it.
Take this. Find them.
Like, bro, what'd you strap on my foot?
Professor Weasley! We don't know what magic caused this.
Spooters! Spooters will be my friends.
I said set. Abracadabra!
Oh, yeah. And now we're eating owl. Oh. Good. Roasted owl.
Your legacy begins now. Hogwarts Legacy. Live the unwritten.
There's a lot of hype, dude. I think you'll be able to change it once the game starts and everything. I didn't even do mine because I heard how bad it was. You guys were telling me. I was like, meh, I'll wait. I think you'll be able to change it, dude. On top of the Easter eggs, we get some major story progression. Name drops of Professor Weasley and nearly headless Nick are timely placed as a nod to the lore and overarching thread of the Harry Potter franchise. Eating aloe? Yo, have you ever drank like aloe drink? Oh, it's so good, dude. The trailer takes a turn and teases a morality system while introducing. You have not? I'll show you in just a second. The trailer takes a turn and teases a morality system while introducing the player to future enemies by showing a dark wizard uttering the patent killing curse Avada Kedavra. Along with a dragon and giant spiders in the Forbidden Forest, it's a clever nod to allure the viewer and, most importantly, the player that this is your narrative and you can pick your allegiance through choice and decision. It's no secret that a trip back to Hogwarts and the realm of wizards is an escape that gamers and fans of the Harry Potter franchise alike have been waiting a long time. The first central selling point was showing the common rooms and their secrets. For example, having the choice to be either Gryffindor, Slytherin, Hufflepuff, or Ravenclaw without the constraints of setting up a future legacy or tying back to the films was quite genius on behalf of WB Games and Avalanche Software. The fact that gamers could only explore Hogwarts and live out their wizard fantasies was the LEGO games from Traveler Tales, and they were great but lacked substance. In addition to being able to forge your own story, and in this legacy, it's clear to notice similarities between Hogwarts Legacy and BioWare's Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. And even to an extent, Fire Access's games. Dude, if this is like Hogwarts meets Coder, dude. I love Coder. Knights of the Old Republic is what I'm talking about. And 2K's Marvel's Midnight Suns, both titles encouraging full customization and the ability of choice to explore, which allows the players to assimilate into the fictional sandboxes that feel larger than life and more hands-on than the films or other aspects of media about the brand and IP. From everything seen and shown, Hogwarts Legacy feels like it's shaping up to be memorable while solidifying the main factor and selling point that this is your story. Essentially, relaying the world of Harry Potter is your playground. And add in the graphics of this current console gen with PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. It's like a dream come true. Now I only have one question. When will my Hogwarts acceptance letter arrive? And will de novo DRM ruin this game on release? Hogwarts Legacy heads to consoles for wizards and gamers on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC on February 10th. But you get in early with the deluxe edition. The digital deluxe edition is at February 7th. You get 3 days early access. PlayStation 4 and Xbox One will launch on April 4th, and Nintendo Switch on July 25th. So I'm planning on playing this starting February 7th to give everybody a look at what the game has to offer before you potentially dive into it, okay? I want to get into this as early as possible just to give everybody a look at what the game has to offer. That way, if it ends up being bad, feeling bad, not being fun, whatever, you guys don't waste your money. But I want to give you a look, okay? But there you go. If you want to look at that again. So, yo, Psych. I mean, be nice, dude. I mean, look who else is in chat right now with the way you're talking about forest rodents, dude. That's kind of brutal, dude. Be nice, brother. Be nice, dude. Here, check it out. Ferret would have been cool. Ferrets are cool, dude. Yeah, check it out, dude. They make like aloe vera juice drinks, dude. Ferret. Tiny, ugly rodent. I respect it. Yeah. I'm going to get a snake, dude. I want to be a snake. Unless I can get like an octopus. Can I get a Thulu? Can I get a Thulu as my my Patronus, dude? I know you can't choose. I know. I'm just joking around, dude. I know that. I know that. I know. I know. I'm just messing around, dude. Chill out. I know you're upset, all right? Chill out, dude. All right? You're upset, brother. Look, they got like these aloe drinks, dude. But that's why I didn't do it yet. Like I said, you guys did it already, and we're talking about how like it was kind of a shallow questionnaire and everything, and it wasn't very good. And I was like, well, I'm not gonna do it yet. Then I'm gonna wait. Yeah, they're really good, dude. Get a sloth? I'd take a sloth. I would take a sloth, dude. Yeah, sloths are cool. They are hideous looking when they're wet, though. Have you seen a wet sloth? Dude, that's nightmare fuel. You seen a wet sloth? Yeah, aloe drinks are really good, dude. They're really, really good. I love them. I got turned on to them. I have some friends that are Chamorro, dude, like islanders from Guam. And they turned me on to aloe drinks, man. I didn't even know they were a thing. But they're really, really good stuff, dude. Give it a shot sometime. You can find them all over the place. They're cool, man. They're good stuff. Check this out. Wet sloth. Bro, wet sloths are creepy looking, dude. I'm finally good. Look at this guy. That one in the middle, this guy? Yeah, that guy looks good. Like, look at this, though. Like, wet sloths can be really, really creepy looking, dude. That's funny. All right, let's keep going. First hour of Forspoken has leaked. Less than a week away from launching, Square Enix's new game Forspoken has had its first hour of gameplay leaked online. Walking Dead cast? Yeah, dude. The first hour of Forspoken, Square Enix's upcoming action RPG, has leaked online as basic screen capture on a PS5 version of the game. Fans that want to avoid spoiling the first few cutscenes and first hour of gameplay of Forspoken should avoid watching the video in order to go into the game with no knowledge of any features or unrevealed content. Yeah, it's one of the first major open world games of 2023. It was supposed to release like twice last year and got delayed twice. Coming out, it was supposed to release initially, I think, in March of 2022, then September or October. I think it was September of 2022, and now it's supposed to release coming up. So, coming out in less than a week on January 24th. The game has been delayed a few times, finally ready for release, and many fans are excited to get their hands on the action RPG as soon as it comes out so they can engage in the game's magical combat, traverse the world using its unique magic parkour system. This is funny, though. Check this out. Many fans around the world have been enjoying the recently updated Forspoken demo and pouring dozens of hours into it as they practice the game's combat and parkour traversal. Demo takes place in a sandbox-style area of the map in which players can freely roam around and explore while also going to set areas to accomplish certain smaller objectives. Dude, everything we read about the demo is that it has nothing. It was not pulled out of the main game. It was something developed entirely aside from what the main game offers, though. So potentially, this demo is not going to be what you're going to experience in the full release of the game. Potentially at all. So I don't know. That's kind of a weird play. Though there's a lot of controversy about Forspoken, and I've actually had people that have played the demo that were like, dude, it's trash. There's a lot of controversy about Forspoken around the internet. Some people have liked it, some people have not, including its hefty PC system requirements. Use of de novo DRM, blech, late release of review embargo, and more. The hype for the game is still very real. No. For many fans that have pre-ordered the game and have been waiting for quite some time for its release. I'm so scared of it. Releases on January 24th, man. I'll be watching it from afar. I don't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole, man. You know, I'll watch it. Look, I never want a game to fail. You know, I want games to be good, but I just don't trust. With everything I've seen from this game, the delays and the weird demo stuff, and I don't trust. I don't trust here. 11-foot pole? Maybe. Maybe. Now someone's going to make a horror movie of mutant sloths. Tagline, they aren't slow anymore. They're normal speed. Oh, dude. They eat Greta Thunberg and eco-activists. Oh, no, dude. Oh, no. Yeah, and after they take her out, dude, then we're going to end up having, what's his name? Take over the world, right? Because the activist, Greta, has been eaten by zombie sloths. It's going to be a mess, dude. Fortnite update today, 18 January. That was yesterday. That Tate storyline was great, wasn't it? Dude, she roasted the crap out of him. She got him so good, dude. Here's everything you need to know about the latest Fortnite patch release. The wait is finally over, and we got a brand new Fortnite update hitting the game today. It's been over a month since the last patch release, and we're ready for some newness. The latest update brought us the 2022 Christmas Winterfest event alongside the unvaulting of themed items. What can we expect from the new version 23.2 patch, 20 patch release? With this update, Epic Games is adding a very new cool item and expanding other mechanics in the game. Read on to find out. Yeah. Falcon Scout. Looking for loot? The Battle Royale version 23.20 update introduces the Falcon Scout to help you find loot from afar. Bring it to you. Players can also use a flying companion to mark opponents and open containers. This is very Apex. They have a flying thing in Apex too that was released roughly 6 months ago, I think. A little bit less than that, maybe about 4 months ago. Be warned, however, you'll be vulnerable while using the Falcon Scout, so think strategically. It's not the exact same implementation, but it's still a flying mechanic thing. Yeah, I mean, I'll hit on that in a second, Syke. Peely's Plunder. Receive a treasure map that will lead you to buried treasure. Shotgun Striker. Your shotgun fire will give you Siphon upon hitting opponents. Rarity check. Get Siphon upon eliminations with common and uncommon weapons. 0 chance. Temporarily gain the 0-point dash ability each time you break an enemy shield. Danger Hero. Briefly regenerate health and gain movement speed when your shield breaks. Okay. So that's the stuff for the patch that just hit for Fortnite. All right. This is what I'll say, dude. I don't, I'm not a fan of like I don't dive into it. I don't want to like give them a lot of, they get enough time through other exposure and stuff, you know what I mean? So I'm not looking to like dive into it in deep. All I was gonna say was like, Jesus, can we get Gabs won yesterday, by the way. That was awesome. The whole interaction was just wild. I love that it ended up, making Tate oust himself, which is hilarious because I'm not a fan of his. Yeah, I think he's a very ignorant, idiotic. You know, he spreads a lot of chauvinistic, you know, kind of propaganda that too many people buy into, and it's absolutely something that doesn't align with our community here. So I can't stand the dude. So I'm glad he got wrecked. You know, um, even if that's not truly the way he feels, he's enough of an influencer that other people buy into it, and that sucks. You know what I mean? So for me, I'm glad he got wrecked. Uh, it was just coincidental. Yeah, I don't know, man. Everything that I read, it was like, I don't even know all the ins and outs about it. All I know is that he's like, uh, you know, there's just so much to dislike about him and the way that he had, treats people and treats women, and he's just a chauvinist dude. He's got this. He just propagates this like frat culture of, he's basically a chauvinist pig, dude, is the way he comes off. And dude, I don't care to like dive into any more about him. I don't need to know more about him. That's about all I needed to know. And I was like, okay, I'm done with this dude, whatever. Yeah, basically that's what it comes off as or whatever, So I don't know. It seems like, her getting him to reply was like, it came off as they found out that it helped them find out where he was or whatever the case may be. Look, to me, there are a lot of activists in the world that maybe take things too far because there's you have to be realistic about things. They knew where he was. Yeah, okay. I was kind of wondering, like, how could just a pizza box, like, what did they have a tracker in the pizza box or something? I don't know. That was a weird play to me. Anyways, it was like, how would they know just off one simple pizza box? Exactly, unless there was only one pizza location of that. There's only that one pizza location or something. I don't know. It seemed weird to me anyways. But, whatever the case may be, activists quite often, look, I don't want to demean what they do because I think there needs to be people that raise concern for what this world is and what we do to the environment. I think being realistic about the situation is important, though. And I think that a lot of activists, it's like, for instance, like PETA, dude. PETA always throwing fits about people killing animals in game. Bruh, they're pixels. You know what I mean? It gets taken too far a lot of times with the activism stuff. And it's like, just, cool out, chill out. Don't, it's like, yeah, but okay, killing animals in games makes people want to hurt animals in real life. No, it doesn't, dude. That's like saying killing people in real life makes people want to, or killing people in games makes people want to kill, people in real life. No, it doesn't, dude. That's stupid. That doesn't make any sense. Exactly fair. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's like, my family, we try to do our part, dude. We don't even have recycling pickup where we live. We literally, we bought some containers, dude, where throughout the weeks we just stuff all of our recycling in it. And then we make trips, dude, to a recycling center and we dump all our stuff in. We try to do our part, man, to help out the environment as much as we can and stuff. But, it's like, I'm not riding a bike the entire time I'm streaming to create my own energy or anything either, Ultimately, does it suck that we rely on fossil fuels and stuff, especially in this day and age? Absolutely. Because there is abundant technology. We're advanced enough now that we should be able to just use, renewable energy, natural energy to sustain ourselves. There's great energy for wind and water and the sun, you know, that we can sustain all the energy we need. It just, we've got too much money tied up in corporate greed to transition over into that stuff, you know. So it's, you know, the whole environmental activists and stuff like that, I appreciate the fact that they're so passionate about it. It just seems like they just take it too far. It'd be realistic about things. Like I said, with the video game stuff, for example, that stuff is just asinine, you know. So, I don't know. Deadpool drops Midnight Suns DLC update and new mystical gear. The guy lived in a mansion with, like, yeah, I mean, it was crazy, dude. Yeah. Yeah, how could they not know where he was, right? Yeah. Yeah, it seemed, that's kind of what I was thinking too. Yeah, that's true. They could just ask the pizza delivery sites they had recently. Yeah, that's true. Internet thinks it was the internet's credit. I just kind of assumed they kind of knew where he was already and they were like watching him or whatever. I don't know. And they were just preparing for it. But, I mean, I don't know. One way or the other, I'm glad he got busted. He seems like a terrible individual. And I don't know. That's all. I'm done with it. He definitely doesn't align with our values and beliefs and everything here in this community, you know. So he seems like a terrible individual. Does that mean he can't reform and become a better individual? Absolutely not. But it's those kinds of people that I think have a really hard time opening their minds and becoming accepting of all people and understanding that, you know, everybody is worth, everybody has value, and incorporating those kinds of sentiments in their lives, you know. So, I don't know. Yeah, agreed, dude. Agreed. It's been a while since Deadpool dropped in to give an update on Midnight Suns, but it seems as though he has finally fooled the marketing department into giving him more time to talk about the game. The Merc with a mouth was the star of a new trailer that showed what he will be wearing when he makes his debut in the tactical RPG. He also said to stay tuned for more details. The cartoonish drawing he revealed in his latest trailer ended up being quite an accurate representation of his final costume. You can be seen wearing a wizard's hat and 2 necklaces, one that's full of garlic, another with a unicorn dangling off of it, all of which were in the aforementioned rudimentary rendition. He also told fans to sit tight for more information. He wasn't specific, but the trailer's description noted that Fire Access Games will be holding a Deadpool-specific stream on January 19th at 9 a.m. Pacific. It's possible the studio will reveal when his DLC drops, too, but that hasn't been confirmed. Deadpool is also just one of 4 DLC characters that are slated for the game's Season Pass. Venom, Morbius, and Storm are the other 3 heroes that will release in that order through 2023. Venom, dude. Sick. Wait, what? Yeah, I'm afraid of that too, dude. I'm afraid of that too.
I hope you didn't forget about little old me while I was getting my tan on at this private island. And by private island, I of course mean my mercs need vacations too. If all of this looks familiar, blame the marketing team.
I am hopeful that the next Deadpool movie will be good, though.
Maybe it's karma getting back at me for my naughty little social media takeover.
The teaser for them making it was pretty good. It had Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, like in the background and everything. It was funny. Yeah, it's not Ryan Reynolds, which is a big turn off, dude. Yeah, I knew it would be.
Clean or
yeah,
whatever. Speaking of lawyers,
we've seen other Deadpool stuff for the game, and it's never been Ryan Reynolds, so
good-looking fans to
I didn't expect it.
Stay tuned for more deets on DLC 1. Okay, I gotta shut this off before I get in trouble. Love you, mean it. Bye.
Ooh, dude, Venom. Spicy, dude. Give me some Venom, baby. Cool. If you need more, I'll give it to you. Oh, if you need more, I'll give it to you, chat. You want some more, huh? There you Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah, it is a weird voice for him, I think. That's what I always thought, too. Ever since he's been doing those for the Midnight Suns, I was like, it's a kind of a weird voice. Massive layoffs hit 343 Industries. This is part of the Microsoft stuff, man. So this is just Bethesda. Microsoft as a whole, dude, is laying off like 10 to 11,000 people. Yeah, it says it right here. Layoffs are part of a larger round of layoffs at Microsoft, which will include a workforce reduction of as many as 10,000 employees. But it's like 343 Industries being hit, Bethesda's being hit. A lot of these devs under Microsoft, man, we've hit on it already. So that was just a kind of a dupe article there for us a little bit. Phil Spencer says developers are brave for releasing games in a culture of criticism and cancellation. In an acceptance speech, Spencer thanked creators who bravely and intentionally release their visions to the world, particularly in the current culture of criticism and cancellation. I'll speak on that sentiment in a moment. Xbox head Phil Spencer has praised game developers who bravely release their games during a climate he described as a culture of criticism and cancellation. Spencer's comments were delivered at the 12th Annual New York Games Awards, where he was receiving the Andrew Yoon Memorial Legend Award. During his acceptance speech, Spencer said that everyone in attendance of the show and their teams around the world played a part in creating an echo effect of joy with gaming. Our creators who have bravely and intentionally released their visions to the world, particularly in the current culture of criticism and cancellation, continued Spencer. Our players who bravely and intentionally carve out time for our games to invite, rest, and rejuvenate their lives, and business leaders, we're called upon to have the courage to protect and nurture this collective joy. Spencer also encouraged fellow business leaders in the industry to turn away from dividing players and creators, instead towards each other and amplify joy together. I like that sentiment. Spencer's comments come as Microsoft faces increased scrutiny for its proposed acquisition of Activision Blizzard. Along with PlayStation rival Sony, both Google and Nvidia have claimed the acquisition could give the company an unfair advantage in the games industry. Not only that, but Microsoft is set to lay off about 11,000 people. Now, here's my thing. Our creators who bravely and intentionally release their visions to the world, particularly in the current culture of criticism and cancellation. Baby, if you give it to me, I'll give it to you. I know what you want. You know I got it. Nice, dude. We're back into the music vibes today for sure. Here's my thing, though, dude. Do you think the industry would be quite as skeptical, critical, and apt to this cancel culture in video games if we hadn't seen so many games come to us in the past that were hyped up as these amazing experiences that we bought into that were actual crap shows? I think it's important to understand the ins and outs of everything that has resulted in some type of culture in the industry. We are sketched out as the consumer and as video game enthusiasts. We've gotten a bit sketched out. I know I have. I know other people in this community are and have been because of what developers have done to us, right? So, I think it's only fair that to an extent, we as the consumer and the gaming enthusiasts, the people in these communities, have become a little bit sus, if you will, a little bit critical of what a lot of these developers are doing and bringing to the table for us nowadays, right? So, look, I like Phil Spencer a lot, but I think there's a little bit to take into consideration on both sides of the playing field here in regards to you know, us as the consumer being maintaining healthy relationships with developers in order to cultivate nice open lines of communication, to continue to allow developers to understand what we want and to bring us great quality content. But the developer needs to understand that it's not just all about money too. It's not just all about money. It's about ensuring they're bringing us quality content, not releasing crap shows to us and stuff. This is a two-way road here. This is not just, this is not an easy thing to address. So, I like Phil Spencer. I think he's one of the better leading individuals in the gaming industry. But I think that there's more that goes into this statement here. All right, get 10 random Steam games for only $7. There's even a chance to win $1,000 worth of Steam keys. The first weeks of the year are often a slow time for the new video game releases, but you can add some excitement to your Steam library with Fanatical's Mystery Star Bundle of random PC games for cheap. The deal starts at 1 mystery key for just $1, scales up to 10 keys for $7. The bundle's description says the pool of possible pulls, pool of pulls, P-O-O-L of P-U-L-L-S, pool of pulls, includes, quote, the latest and greatest games everyone's talking about, as well as old school classics from esteemed publishers, but that doesn't narrow down the list of potential keys. The good news is each key in your bundle will unlock a unique title. There are no duplicate keys included in a single pack, though the fine print does say duplicates are possible if you purchase multiple Mystery Star bundles. Each bundle you buy also earns you a 5% off coupon, usable on other games and bundles in Fanatical store. As if the surprise Steam keys weren't exciting enough, there's also a chance one of your keys will be a rare shooting star prize for $1,000 worth of Steam keys, including keys for upcoming games like Street Fighter 6, RE4 Remake, and more. There are only 5 shooting stars out there. There are slim odds, but hey, it's always possible. You can check out the Mystery Star Bundle now over at Fanatical. While you're there, you should also check out the retailer's other deals like this bundle of 6 awesome RPGs for just $8. As well as numerous discounts in the Fanatical Lunar Sale event. Check it out, dude. If you want this article, I'm going to give the links for these. I've got the Fanaticals page up, too. Check it out. Page blocked. Fantastic. Okay, hold on. Let's just go to Fanatical. Redirecting to the site's kind of weird. Mystery bundles. Check it out. Shush your mouth. Everybody just chill out, man. So check it out. 10 mystery keys for $7, right? That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. Check that noise. If you want the link to this, here you go. That's the Fanatical site. Mystery bundle. You could win $1,000 shooting star Steam key. But I wonder what Steam the mystery keys would be. That's interesting. What was the other one? Vanquish bundle. Let's look at the Vanquish bundle. So you get Black Book, which is a card game, Streets of Rogue, Pathological 2, The Metronomicon, Chasm, and Hellpoint, dude. Good games. All for $7.99. And you get 5% off your next order. So you could potentially like buy the Mystery Star bundle, then use your 5% off discount for like going for the RPG stuff too. If you wanted. But here's both of those links. There's all kinds of stuff on here if you guys are interested. For Fanatical. Dude, I might actually buy this Mystery Star bundle and just see what we get. $7, 10 mystery keys. See what we end up with. We might do that. We might do that. All right. Here's the last one I have. Last article I have for the day. Bit of a long news segment. Sorry. It happens. But we've had some good conversations today and everything, so I appreciate it. If you have anything else to add, let me know, and we'll talk about it before we move on, okay? Ubisoft workers, move on to our day 3 of the forest, by the way. Ubisoft workers plan strike over CEO email about dismal losses. Shush your mouth. There we go. Workers at Ubisoft, the company behind games like Just Dance and Assassin's Creed, plan to go on strike next week after CEO Yves Guillemot emailed them about dismal financial results, saying the ball is in your court to deliver. In January 11th email viewed by the Washington Post, Guillemot wrote that the company expects a 10% revenue decrease this year and a loss of over 500 million euros. I need your full energy and commitment to ensure we get back on the path to success, he wrote, and asked that employees work even harder and watch their spending. Employees at Ubisoft Paris intend to strike on January 27th for a half a day to protest the remarks. Ubisoft is one of the largest publishers in the video gaming industry, best known for Assassin's Creed and Far Cry. Ubisoft, alongside several other major gaming publishers, have been at the heart of seismic changes to the industry over the past several years, including a reckoning around the workplace misconduct, a problem the company's leaders insist has been properly dealt with and have sought to put behind them. Guillemot's email noted that Ubisoft had already canceled 7 games since last July to limit risks. Yves Guillemot, is that how Yves Guillemot? Dude, look, man, I can barely speak English, okay? So don't not like this me, okay? I'm trying my best, dude. How do you, is that how you pronounce his name? Guillemot? Looks like Guillemot. I wasn't that far off. Give me a break, dude. I can barely speak English. To the disappointing news to employees needing to deliver at higher levels of quality, and how some of his language could be taken to imply future layoffs, salary cuts, and studio closures. People were angry about Guillemot's email, which both asked people to work more while cutting the teams and offered nothing in exchange, said Marc Ruschel, a senior game designer and union representative at Ubisoft Paris, who added that employees were not responsible for Ubisoft losing money from investing in non-fungible tokens or in the now-defunct Battle Royale game Hyperscape, which foundered in an oversaturated market. Guillemot, thanks, dude, uses words like organizational adjustments. Ruschel said, "We know these words because we have seen them used at other companies, and it always means layoff plans." Because everybody's laying off right now, too. Ruschel is part of the Union for French Workers, which is organizing the strike. Ubisoft declined to comment. Guillemot offered his employees an apology during a Q&A Wednesday. "I heard your feedback, and I'm sorry this was perceived this way," the executive told employees, according to gaming news outlet Kotaku. "When saying the ball is in your court to deliver our lineup on time and at the expected level of quality, I wanted to convey the idea that more than ever, I need your talent and energy to make that happen." Yeah, nice backtracking, bro. Bro Guillemot. "This is a collective journey that starts, of course, with myself and with a leadership team to create conditions for all of us to succeed together." The apology received a mixed response from attendees, according to Kotaku. Anyone from the Ubisoft Paris office can join the strike, though it is unclear how many workers plan to attend. The strike is planned for 2 to 6 p.m. in Paris so that it doesn't disrupt game production. Nice strike. Nice strike. Yeah, we're going to go on strike, but we don't want to interrupt anything that the company's doing, okay? Well, what kind of strike is this, dude? According to Ruschel, workers are demanding Ubisoft increase salaries by 10% to adjust for inflation, citing Tencent's $297 million investment in the company last September. They're also asking for a 4-day work week, which some other gaming studios have implemented to improve work-life balance. Yeah, Riot did that. Yeah, it's been pretty great for their employees, from what I understand. Yo, thanks, Ike. I appreciate you helping out the language pleb, dude. The old 3-head language pleb, brother. Yo, that's what I've got. Let's go ahead and talk about this real quick. You have about 2 hours left. Hour and a half. Hour and a half, dude, for Divine. I can always count on you, brother. Divine Knockout, First Class Trouble, and Game Deck Definitive Edition are going away, okay? These will no longer be available for free in roughly an hour and a half. Epistory And what we are being told, what we have read in the news previous days, is that the Grand Theft Auto trilogy is going to be free with Epistory. And we will find out later on this morning, okay? But go grab your free games before these 3 are gone. All right, guys? Yeah. That's what I got. That's what I got, baby. Yeah, baby. Dude, Rafael Ambrosius Casto. What a legend, you know? Dude, Disco Elysium was such a good game. All right, man. We're going to start working our way towards some Day 3 gameplay of The Forest, all right? I hope everybody is having a fantastic Thursday. We're almost there. You guys keep grinding. The weekend's upon us, okay? Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a part of this, as always. Everybody that was part of this new segment today, everybody that's always part of this community, you rock, and I appreciate you, okay? We're going to move on to our gaming segment, but if anybody's checking out this content later on as a highlight on our Twitch channel or a VOD on YouTube and you're enjoying the content, try to come hang out with us at 6 a.m. CST when we go live every single day. We do a video gaming news segment at the beginning of all of our streams, 7 days a week, always at 6 a.m. CST, followed by whatever video gaming content we have slated for the rest of the day, okay? So come hang out with us, have a good time, and check out what gaming content comes after, okay? Other than that, you guys stay healthy, stay safe, be kind to one another, and we'll check everybody tomorrow for January 20th edition of Video Gaming News and what will be Day 4 of The Forest. All right?